It's just like when I start doing the theme to Metal Gear, you can also link in Battlefield. Dun 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 dun.
Can't sing both together.
Did you see that? Dun dun dun.
So I could just do this. Da 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 da. I'm just fucking making noises and then I'm linking something else, and you just see it links in just because I fucking sung it that way. You're an idiot.
Oh, yeah,
perfect. It's like dubstep.
Well, this is
the dubstep has turned fucking. Oh, it's always been shit. Cool. All right. What episode are we up to?
We are at episode 120. This is the Trusty Crowbar podcast. I am Lucas.
I am Reese.
I am Douglas.
And we are all robotic androids this week.
Yep.
We're going to talk in short pauses.
We're going to talk
this
whole
gaming
podcast. It's going to be all about Call of Duty 3.
Call of Duty 3.
3.
As in the one which came out like 8 years ago.
Fucked up me joke.
Call of Duty 3. The one that only came out on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3.
Call of Duty.
That was the first Treyarch Call of Duty. Did you know? Call of Duty 3.
What was it? Red something?
No.
Red Faction.
No. There was...
What are you saying, Doug?
Red Orchestra?
No, that's another That's another World War II game. No, there was COD 1 and COD 2, which was the Infinity Ward ones. Yeah. Then they were making COD 3, which is Treyarch, and that was basically only console only. Mm-hmm. And then COD 4 was the first Modern Warfare, and then there was Modern Warfare 2. Right. And Treyarch then went on to make World at War, and then Black Ops, and now Black Ops 3 is out, and that's basically pretty much one of the biggest Call of Duty launches.
It's got confusing. And they're all the same.
Well, not really. Let me go back to the start, right? So there was COD 1 and then COD 2. And Doug doesn't really want me to
tell me which wars they are as well.
Which wars?
Yeah, what
I
year?
can list them all if you want.
Do you actually know them?
The only real wars that existed was World War II.
What do you mean it existed?
Out of all the others.
Out of all the others?
Well, Modern Warfare 1 and 2 are based in true events.
Are based in modern times?
No, Call of Duty 1 and 2.
Call of Duty.
Yeah, you said Modern Warfare 1 and 2.
Did I?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Call of Duty 1 and 2 are based in
World
true
War II.
events.
Yeah. And then so was Call of Duty 3.
We don't class that, Lucas.
What do you mean? Yeah. And then Call of Duty 4 is like made up story but in modern times.
Yeah.
Then there was World at War, which was back in World War II.
Yep.
Yeah, again.
Okay, so there's 3 games that are probably...
Foreign.
No.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3 and World at War.
Oh, okay. Yeah, true. Yeah. That's true. But this podcast isn't going to be all about Call of Duty.
No, because I only played Black Ops 3 a little bit. So
yeah. Oh, so you did have it? Yeah, actually have played it?
Yeah.
Oh. So you didn't just like keep opening your fridge?
Well, actually, I did several times
going,
because it does 3 different sounds.
Is it really?
Yeah. So you open it once and it does like the normal, the normal like zombie mode whenever you go into the game. That I can't do it. I can't really make the noise. So it does.
But you were so good at singing earlier.
No, the zombie theme song. The other one is the zombies moaning and stuff, and then there was a final one which is the actual Juggernog door sound.
What?
The Juggernog, because it's the Juggernog fridge where you get like a power up.
Oh,
and in the game, if you get the power up, it does a little ding, 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 ding thing.
Yeah.
So it does that as well. So,
right.
So is it an actual fridge?
It's a cooler more than a fridge. So I did read the manual, and I don't normally do, because if I didn't, I would have the fridge still on right now, but it says, do not operate for longer than 12 hours.
Really?
Yeah, because it's mainly just like turn it on and cool your drinks down or keep them cool and stuff. But it's going to be something cool to, have in the background of the podcast on the video ones. Yeah. But unfortunately, because the top of it lights up, but unfortunately it makes a really loud humming sound. So
how's it sound?
So is that the zombie noise, or is that...
No.
I'm going to swap my chair over because my chair's making cracky sounds.
Also, Lucas is squeaking the table.
It's fairly cool. But yeah, I'd put Black Ops 3...
You're fairly cool.
I'm fairly cool. Got Black Ops 3 on the... Thanks, Doug. On the Xbox One. And the first thing I did notice that there was Find a LAN game. So that's really cool that you could do Land.
Find a land.
Like, you know how most games now don't have any
So you
land.
can make your own map.
No, land.
So land.
No,
Land.
land.
What about land?
Lan.
Lamb.
Lamb.
So you can.
Duck.
So there's a map
Duck.
creator.
Yeah. Shut up.
Land.
Land.
D-
Land.
Lamb.
Land. Land.
We're going to have 10 minutes of us just saying the same fucking word.
Lentils.
Yeah.
So a land game. So you can do local.
Yeah, local.
Local area network.
Yeah, that's it. So
Dog.
Dog.
Hey, you're looking away.
Because it has more dogs now.
Yeah.
Does this have a dog?
No.
now
No, it
with
doesn't.
less
No.
dogs.
This one's got robots and shit.
What did they
This
bring
one,
this time?
this one's like
Moving fish.
futuristic in 2054 or something you're in, and it's got like like robots and
Kevin
stuff which come
Spacey?
out. Yeah, no
No.
Kevin Spacey in this one. That was last year's one. But your arms do get ripped off right near the start of the game, and then they rebuild you.
And then the
Is
guy
this Deus
from
Ex?
the guy,
Yeah, pretty much.
The guy, I'm pretty sure the guy
The
that
guy?
sees you is from what do you
Gary's
call it?
mod.
Law and Order. Pretty sure he's an actor in the game.
Ice-T.
Could be they
No,
don't.
not Ice-T. Yo, fool, where your arms gone? Yeah, I hate the police, but I'm a police officer.
Is he in NCIS?
No, he's in Law and Order.
Is he?
Yeah, as an officer.
I've never watched any of those shows.
It's
I've not
horrible.
had any
I hate Law and
inkling
Order
to.
so much.
He's been on it for years.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, like-
Ice-T.
As Ice-T.
As Ice-T.
Yeah,
Ice-T as
Yo, I'm
Ice-T.
Ice-T. I'm a police officer. That's what he says
No
every
way.
scene.
You're just having me
No,
on to
but he
make
is
me watch
actually
it.
on it. He actually is on it. But he does say really stupid shit all the time.
Yeah, but that's Law and Order for you, isn't it?
Nah, it's just
All right,
Ice-T, to
keep
be honest.
moving. This
Oh,
is
sorry.
I'm done with this conversation.
So anyway, yeah.
I think he
So
was trying to make some form of point.
okay, yeah. So
Land.
LAN games, which most games don't have nowadays. It has zombies mode straight away.
Change.
Yeah, it is a refreshing change from a lot of the games now because I like to hook up multiple consoles together and play games. Because remember when we did that one session where we had all our PS3s hooked up?
Yep.
That was fun. You know, the Grand Theft Auto, and I think we played Call of Duty, Black Ops, like zombies and stuff together. So that was great. It's good that they got this. But they do have some split-screen multiplayer, but it's only multiplayer. So you can't do split-screen zombies, you can't do split-screen co-op
Really?
single-player. It's just multiplayer.
But they used to have split screen zombies.
They did,
That
yeah.
was like the main thing, wasn't it?
So now
Luckily,
it's...
now Luke's got two consoles.
I got
But
two
you have
Xbox
to have
now.
2 copies of the game.
And I
he's also gonna have
I
that.
do.
I do.
Oh, what's that?
He just become evil.
So I found that interesting. The other thing that this Call of Duty has done that is different from a lot of the other games, even
It's good.
anyone's out there, actually, it's not too bad. But the single-player campaign, the whole game is unlocked. So you can just go in there and be like, I want to play level 10.
Oh, really?
Straight away.
Really?
Yep, there's no unlocking the whole thing. You just go and play whatever level you want. So you can play it in a linear order if you want. You just say start from the start and play it, which I have been. But let's say there's a level that you're just frustrated with or you don't like, you can just skip it.
Right.
So,
Do you think that is making it more like the Battlefield Cop one, where that they sort of tried to make that a bit more episodic, just so that you could, play little bite-sized pieces?
no, that's more making a game like a TV show where you're going back and being like, oh, something's going to happen next
But like
week.
Netflix, you just choose your episode.
Yeah. But yeah, well, this is basically like Netflix, the Netflix version of Call of Duty. So
Yeah,
you just
that's
go in
interesting.
and just pick whatever level you want. But the thing is, you don't know what levels are good until you played them all. So
Yeah, so
You don't know what
very
the fuck
strange.
happens, and there's a twist here. Oh, that doesn't make sense.
What are the twists?
Because I haven't watched
I don't
or played
remember.
the start of the game.
I do not remember stories out of Call of Duty.
no,
So
me
there's
neither.
Modern Warfare
No.
1, or it was 2. Had a sick twist at the end of it.
That was because-
No, it was number 2. Number 2 had a really,
So
really
I didn't-
You
interesting
didn't
twist.
have internet for the longest time. So it's like everyone else was just playing them to get it out of the way before you went and got your ass handed to you online.
Yeah.
Whereas,
That's all I got to do.
whereas you're like, the story's so amazing.
I still enjoyed the Call of Duty stories. That's all I actually bought it for.
Yeah.
Playing online for about...
Which is crazy. You
I
must
haven't
have been
bought-
like the
yeah.
1%.
I haven't
That's
bought
1%.
the Call of Duties. I haven't maybe for 3 years now. Like the last 3 I haven't purchased. But I got this one specifically because Zombies mode looked really cool. Like it has its own story and everything like that. And it's got, what's his face in it? Hellboy?
Oh, yeah.
What's he, you know him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cowboy. That's all we need. That's all I describe him as.
Yeah. He's one of the characters in it. And
Yeah.
so is,
He's also in Fallout.
so is the guy, the Chaos Theory guy from Jurassic Park.
Chaos Theory?
Ian Malcolm.
Jurassic
No, not
Park.
Ian Malcolm. Jurassic Park. You remember Jurassic Park?
Which one?
The first one, the very first Jurassic
yes.
Park. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
the
the
one
guy.
called Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park, that's what we said before.
Jurassic Park. And,
That's the
I
T-Rex.
didn't say it, but...
That's the special T-Rex.
yeah.
He got dropped
So,
on his head.
the daughter of Jurassic Park.
No.
Oh, no.
No, the guy.
The daughter's name wouldn't be called Ian Malcolm-ish.
Yeah.
It's a very strange name for a woman.
Yeah.
Ian, come here.
Uh,
I'm just doing my hair, mother.
I just had his name in my head there.
Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum, yeah. Yeah. He is one of the other characters as well.
Oh, you should have said Jurassic Park 2 and I would have understood.
That's called
Oh,
The
yeah.
Lost World, you dickhead.
Is it?
Yes.
That's a long title.
What?
The Lost World, you dickhead.
It's not really.
No,
Was
not
that the
really.
international title?
That's the Australian title.
That was the word.
Yeah, dickhead. Jesus.
Yeah, anyway, so they're the interesting things that I noticed in Call of Duty, so let's move on from that because I haven't played too much. And I'll invite you guys around to play Zombies mode with
Oh,
me because
thank you
that'll be
so
fun.
much.
Sounds hot.
Yeah. Oh,
for
gonna be raw.
I,
zombies and chill.
So I played and finished a game this week.
Hey.
Look out.
Yeah,
Called-
what's it called?
He's got to find it on his
yeah,
phone.
it's on here. Agent A.
Agent A.
Yeah.
Is it like a spelling bee game or something like that?
And it was like, spell A.
And he's B. He kept
Can
getting
you
it
please
wrong.
use it in a sentence?
Yeah.
Canadian sentence. A.
It is an iOS title.
Who would have thunk it?
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
like to play those. And it's just a puzzle game, but it was really like, not like your escape a room puzzle, but like pretty fun, really colourful graphics and just little puzzles. Find a thing here, go to another spot, and just in standard that style puzzle game. No real twists or like anything clever to that.
So you finished this game.
Yeah. Well, it's now up to the story's quite cool and like got me in enough, but where you're just a spy trying to break into another spy's home is the basic gist of it.
Yep.
And she's like setting traps and things. But I've now gotten up to the part 2, so it's just like kind of on a cliffhanger. And now
Agent
I have
A,
to
a puzzle in disguise.
yeah.
Oh,
What was that?
was
I had that straight up on that.
No, like I said, nothing specific or new to, like I said, to that genre. It's just your sort of standard puzzle game. It was really quirky, colourful graphics.
I already can't work out how to play a level.
Just
the turnaround of games on iOS is incredible. There's a lot of games that you come across and it's like number one in 35 different companies in puzzle games, but it's either like there's just thousands of different categories where you can be number one at one stage, or there's just the turnaround is just massive.
I had to reset the game.
Oh.
The other game, and this I just found through the App Store. I don't know. It had cool pictures. Might have been a couple bucks. I probably paid like $4.49. Apps in Australia have gotten expensive again, so that's annoying. Like I've been used to being cheap games. The other one that am stuck on is another puzzle game. But Lucas, I don't know if you remember this title. I'm not going to ask you, Reese, because you don't really.
It's not Framed, is it? Because I played that.
Lumino City. So it's a
yeah.
Kickstarter title.
Yes.
And the backgrounds in it are real life models that they've photographed in crazy high detail.
What do you mean?
Like, so the just that, like, rather than them making computer animated backgrounds, it's done kind of like stop motion style stuff, and then it's animated across the top.
Oh, real models as in like
Yeah.
objects and items and everything like that.
Yep.
Whereas I thought that you meant models as in like,
Oh,
a woman
mate.
dressed up and just standing
yeah,
there
that's
going,
what I was thinking as well.
So also a puzzle game. Seems to be a little bit more in depth and a bigger story, like a little bit more in your.
Are you sure they're real? Like, have they said that they're real?
No, there's sections that are like not everything that's there.
God, it looks like really interesting, but
Yeah, and it's got it's all fully. I'm pretty sure it's all voice acted Really cool soundtrack, and have been enjoying that game a lot. Once again, nothing like terrible description, because the fact that it is like a point and click adventure game in your, nothing as in depth as like your Monkey Island and that style, but essentially that you have an inventory.
I like how part of the marketing of what they've done is utilise that, hey, we have made the models and stuff for this, and that's what we're taking photos to put into the game, which that's really cool. That's interesting. It gives you that in-depth of sort of the background and, the making of the game, and you feel a bit more involved in it in that sense.
I semi-remember the Kickstarter campaign and seeing stuff around the internet a while ago, and then it popped up and I was like, oh, that seems familiar, and I just, for some reason, felt like playing some puzzle games.
These ones don't really come to PC much, do they?
This one might have. I think this is like a really highly polished game.
Yeah,
like
actually looks pretty nice.
Probably more so than what the other game, like the Spy one, would be, is much more of just a straight phone title.
Yep.
Whereas this one seems like just that next level of polish.
Is it at that sort of length that you think it would be for like a full PC game, or?
Like something that still would only be $5 or $10 Steam game.
Yeah. Okay. So
actually, this was one thing. Now that I was playing, it was a couple of days ago. I was playing it before the weekend, and I was meant to write some notes today, and I forgot. That something really cool is you have you're tracking down your grandfather that's lost in some crazy world thing, and you have a little in your inventory. You can always click on yourself, and you have. I'm trying to click it so I can find it. He's got a little book that explains how things work, and you can sort of flick through the book that essentially explains all the puzzles. So it's like a $500 page book of like, this is how a microphone works. But then there'll be a little puzzle in the game that'll be relevant to. And there's an index in the front. And it's really interesting the way you scroll through the book. Like you sort of swivel your finger to the right and you can see the page numbers flick along. So it sort of goes, just sort of go. Because I was like not understand, because I'm like flicking through page 1, page 2, like have a look at that. So it's got your contents in the front. And so you can hit next and you can go page by page. But if you drag right across, see how their numbers are going?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I wasn't understanding that I was scrolling through hundreds of pages, because I'm like trying to flick through the book just
900 pages.
Yeah.
Wow.
And there's all really cool little diagrams explaining
all the
things.
artwork and everything. Like every page has breakdown artwork and everything like that as well.
It's a lot of effort into a manual for a game.
Essentially, what that is little diagrams that explain. So if you're stuck, and in the front of the book, in the contents, it's really the order of the chapters.
Can you zoom in to the page?
No, because the text isn't important. The diagram is just the bit that explains the puzzle.
So they've utilised their...
it's an in-game object, which is a book. So your grandfather or whatever is an inventor, and he had something to do with this wacky world thing that I now seem to be in, and he's went missing. But what's cool, so they have whatever the first puzzle was, but then there might be on several different pages. So it'll be like 92, 132, and that's the various steps of the puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's like one in there with a big oversized camera that you're fixing, and it's like one section's explaining the first half of the puzzle of how to do something, and then...
How do you know which page to go to on the game?
Because it's all in order in the index or in the contents at the front. And it says like...
Yeah, they've got the different levels, the park, the cyclist, the boat, the sky garden, the town. But it gives you particular pages of note, is like 50, 80, 135 for the gatehouse.
Yeah.
And then 180 and 223 is for the market. Yet they've got a lot of other different pages just for other stuff in here.
But they really... Some of it, like some of the instructions that kind of just hands you the answer, other might be still leave a little bit up to you, so you're still not totally giving you the answer, but it's really cool for those annoying bits in a puzzle game where you get stuck. But I have been meaning to go back and totally finish that game.
Yeah, so it's not not all 900 pages are going to have an influence on the puzzles in the game.
No, not at all.
There's probably
filler.
about 20 or 30.
They just filled it with art and...
Yeah.
Yeah, just really cool art.
So they've been able to utilise their design elements from when they were working on the game originally and just put that into a big book, which is cool. It's good.
Yeah, so for something bit of a cool little twist on a otherwise fairly standard game genre. Yeah, pretty standard within the genre, but they did some cool things and did stuff.
Talking about manuals, it's a funny thing with Fallout 4. You know how most games don't have manuals anymore inside the book. You know, when The Witcher came in, you're like, "Whoa, we got a manual! This is crazy." In Fallout 4, it has like inside there, you've got a manual, but it's only one page flip open.
Yeah.
Right. And it's Fallout 4 Vault Dweller's Guide, the condensed edition, and you open it up and it's just basically the diagram of your controller with what buttons.
Yeah.
I just found that really humorous and interesting. You know, because there's the actual Fallout 4 Vault Dweller's Guide, which is the guidebook, and it's like 200 pages. It's thick as.
I would have thought that they would have done something like, Project Red as well. Like, put a bit more into the CD in the game. But I guess they didn't jump on that bandwagon. Because they would have had enough time to do it.
I think they put a lot into the game.
Into the game, yes. There's a lot in the game of The Witcher as well.
You always get something extra with the Fallout games and the Elder Scrolls games. Like this one, you've got the Vault Tech guide. Yeah. So the big poster, which is going to look really cool up on the wall. Are you going to like throw coffee on this one and make it?
For this one, to make it an old medieval style.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense, does it?
But it'd be like found.
I could put radiation all over through
actually
it.
do that. Make it glow. Oh, that'd be cool. Get like a glowing green light.
My one thing that'll be interesting to see, which won't take long before we know, I suppose, tomorrow, is...
I'm pregnant.
is if the world will feel a lot more alive than standard Bethesda games do. I think they all... Like, it very much feels like you are the bloke that's getting around. And,
you're the main influencer on this world, which just rotates around in a circle.
Yeah, but because, I guess, versus a GTA style game where they've put a lot of work into random elements, but all the characters don't have to go home and go to a bed. Yeah,
there's a persistent living world.
Yeah, which means that you can't have as inherently like the consoles and everything aren't powerful enough to have like a crazy amount of NPC population.
But then you lose that sort of this one person has their day job, which they do, and they do always have to go back to bed at night time.
But it's very sort of static what they do.
How'd you pickpocket people at night, Doug?
Yeah.
You're sort of hoping that there might be some just random NPCs.
No, not even that. But it never felt very alive. Like it's just like they.
You'd walk around, there'd be nothing, and then there'd be people, and you're like, "There's obviously something here."
Yeah,
you'd know that would be a defining point.
It was never very organic. In terms of.
There's hubs of places. This is where these people are, and this is where no one sort of moves in and out and about.
It never felt natural. Like it's what needs to work. I guess
that'd be a lot harder to do in.
No, it's what needs to happen so you can find the characters and so it can be a game.
Playing The Witcher to me felt like a living world.
No, and that's the thing that everyone had said, and that's what I'm sort of what I'm driving at is they seem to do a lot more work to make it feel like a more vibrant, thought-out world. Whereas a lot of Bethesda games, like I'm a really big fan of their stuff, but they're very massive, open scrolling.
But you get a lot more freedom in Bethesda games as well. Like, you have the choice of just going in and killing everyone.
Yeah.
Versus in The Witcher, it was like, hey, this is a living world, don't you go killing these people?
Yeah. But one thing that, I guess, that say, to reference GTA again, that they had done with 4, is that after San Andreas, which was massive, and then they went their first next-generation console version, is that they're like, they were being really cagey about the size of it because they're like, but there's way more detail. We've went way more vertically
condensed
up, and it's more going on everywhere all the time. It's like you'd wonder if that would be better for an open world game.
Have they stated how much bigger this one is?
Well, they haven't. That's what I'm saying. They've been very specifically. That hasn't been mentioned anywhere. Yeah. So maybe they have like like made everything a bit more intentional. I think that would be like now we're just speculating on something that in 24 hours we'll know. But just my little thought of like just of Bethesda games in general is that I'd like. Yeah, not for them to be GTA, but I just meant somehow like better AI routines or something to make them feel more alive.
But like, I don't know. I'm going to bring back the Witcher comparison and stuff again because that's probably the closest we can talk about now. But there was less to do in each town of the Witcher than there even was in like Fallout 3. Yeah. Like, there's so many different things that you can do in Fallout 3 you can just stumble across as opposed
to going to a town of The Witcher. How much of The Witcher have you played? You go to The Witcher, there's a notice board in nearly
No, that's what I'm saying. Apart from stumbling across a notice board, like, you can't just walk up to any random person in The Witcher and, like, get stories happening or, you know, conversations, whereas in...
Unless they're a main character or something.
Whereas in Fallout, like, if you stumble across someone which has something they need doing, they will tell you about it, versus... You know, you can't just walk up to the one character who doesn't appear until you've taken on that contract. Yeah. You know? So The Witcher, it certainly feels like lively and stuff, but there was some very damaging restrictions to what you can do in the game without, like, deciding on a specific quest or whatnot.
That you were launching almost like a quick time, like you were launching a set event sort of thing for stuff to happen.
Yeah.
Is what,
it always felt more fluid in the Fallout games, to me anyway.
So on a quick search of the Googles, how big is the Fallout 4 map? Apparently people are saying that it's roughly 30 square miles.
But what's that in reference to?
I'll do Fallout 3 versus Fallout 4 map.
This is in comparison to Skyrim's map, so it's double the size of Skyrim's map.
So yeah, because Skyrim's did feel smaller to me than Fallout, but was I wrong? It was,
smaller than Fallout. But still being said, I didn't ever find Skyrim's map to be small when I played it. If you're walking somewhere,
no, because it was
because I didn't want to jump on a horse because the horses were fucking stupid. Yeah. But
and you got to remember the Bethesda games also had like they've got dungeons where you go into or vaults, and that's a whole nother level.
I still don't think that they're going to bring in cars.
No, but they do have helicopters. And they are...
Yeah, but I don't know if you'll be able to fly them. I don't think you're flying them. They've only showed you being a passenger.
Yeah, I know, but, like, is that a...
Just a quick transport thing?
Yeah, is it going to be something that you can call at any sort of time, or is it something that's just linked with, like, a story?
Probably if you're friends with the Brotherhood of Steel, then yeah.
That'd be interesting.
That would, for me, that just would make sense as a quick travel between spots. Just cool. Like you're at a city, you're like boom, boom. Yeah. Just the same as like any other, like, going back to like say Morrowind days when they had some weird bug thing that you could get on and fly to the next town, sort of. But maybe they're just animating it. Like did Skyrim have like quick travel that beyond, but they didn't have to.
Actually, you can just call your dragon and fly that, couldn't you?
Skyrim.
Yeah.
If you had a dragon.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I mean. Like, if you're able to do that in Skyrim, then surely there'll be something in Fallout you can do.
It seems like
I've noticed that you guys have never really brought it up, but being on Reddit, you see what people actually relate stuff to. And they said that they wanted to ask the creator of the Bethesda boss or whatever it is, Todd
Howard,
like why they chose to... Initially, they worded it as copy, but I just reckon it's just similar. But the whole style of conversations to people and like what Mass Effect was. You pick like 4 different decisions.
Oh yeah, they have. That's
Which is like it's very similar to Mass Effect. But you both haven't. I can't remember you guys saying anything.
We haven't mentioned that.
I thought we talked about that initially, but I
little
didn't
bit,
overly know that until you just said that. I like that anyway, so I don't care.
Yeah.
So is it timed as well?
I don't know. I don't think it is. Mass Effect wasn't, was it?
Yeah.
Was it really? Huh.
Not all the time.
Yeah, I've only played Mass Effect 1, so...
Yeah.
What are you going to play as? Male or female?
See, I don't know.
If there's a default character, I'd play that. Same as Mass
Default
Effect. No, I just like whatever's on the box. Bang, I'll be that.
What, you're going to play as a Brotherhood of Steel person straight away?
Standard guy, just whatever. Like, it doesn't worry me. Like, I do not play that game for that experience.
Yeah,
Like,
but there's...
and plus you put armor on them like so quickly.
It's not that. It's when you do play as a female character, there's certain perks that you can get that you can't get as a male character, and vice versa. As a male character, there's certain ones. There's one of the females ones is like Black Widow and stuff like this. Which
What did they have that in, but?
Fallout 3.
Did you play as a female in
Yeah.
Fallout 3?
Yep.
Huh.
Because Fallout 3 was the game that I think you deleted on me.
Oh.
Because I had...
No, I deleted Oblivion on you.
Well, then you
It
can
was
play
like
Oblivion. You can play all of them as a female character, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure. I can't remember you not being able to, but I do remember going back to one of them and playing as a female character.
Because in my head, I thought that there was a massive change for Fallout to be able to play as a woman.
No, I think they were just because there was the issues with, like, women and gender roles and stuff.
Pick your words.
No,
women.
there was issues.
You've got issues
with the issues. That, the whole Gamergate thing that sort of happened with. So
Either for me, of what I was just saying before, always just play as a male character. It's like it doesn't worry me, but I'm male. I'll play as a male character. That's fine.
yeah,
And it's
projecting yourself on the screen. So.
But for this game, although you're saying there's perks, but I don't see it's the same story. So ultimately, it doesn't really change anything.
Yeah, it does influence characters' conversations that you can have with people.
But it's not,
and the fact that you can romance and things.
But the bit that's different though is like it's say not. And say obviously Mass Effect could do it, who you can romance, just different sex or whatever. But the difference is of say a Tomb Raider, if it's always a female character, then they can write different story arcs. Like as in it's the whole story is geared towards how is this going to be from the perspective of a female versus if it's a game that you can just change. I don't think inherently it's going to make much difference. Like
because overall, there'll probably be specifics.
They're not going to initially make 2 games.
No, that's what I mean.
And then sell it at $50.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
And it's really only for the player.
Yeah.
Like it's not going to really change your experience. But then it depends. Like, when you play those games, you're like, oh, I am this character. I don't know. It depends on how.
Do you play as Doug or do you play as the Vault Dweller?
I play as me playing that character.
Yeah.
Like, and I think Lucas and I did I probably try and just make decisions like within this guy.
Are you going to play as your normal character that you're normally always playing? All
default Doug.
Default Doug.
Default.
I mean, are you going to play as a stealthy character?
I try in the Fallouts, but that you can barely do it.
Well, they might fix it up in this one.
Well, the shooting mechanics in this one are apparently very different from the others.
They look very different. They look nice and a lot smoother.
They've moved away from you relying on what is it?
Crosshair?
No, the
time thing.
What's it called?
VATS?
VATS. Yeah, they moved away from relying on VATS.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was just VATS, but in more real time.
Yeah.
No, they specifically said they found people when they played Fallout relied on VATS all the time.
Yeah,
and they wanted to move away
sure.
for the game being just a general shooter with VATS enhancements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my common character that I play in any of the, like even say going back to your Skyrim or any of the other, like not necessarily Fallout, but ends up being not a heavy tank character. Definitely always on the like assault style things, like more. Like same with any, like even going to a Call of Duty. Don't like being the tank guy, but then I just like the general soldier. Like I'm pretty good with like a long-handed sword, like a long sword or fairly normal guns, like but not the crazy heavy ones, and definitely but not sniper rifle. Never played. Like I'm not good with sniper rifle, so I'm just more than just give me a good machine gun or a shotgun.
I get a lot more enjoyment in the Fallout games and like the Elder Scrolls ones more from being able to end a conflict with conversation. Like I always put my like speech skills and stuff.
I always think that I should do that and never do that enough.
Because I hate whenever there's always like that fourth option and you can never do it unless you've got speech way up.
I hate the fact is when you try and do something and it fails and you know that there could be more and you might miss out on a mission because your character's fucking dumb. And you're like, God damn, I could have said something. I could have been doing something else and getting something awesome. But no, this dickhead wants to kill me.
Have you ever tried to play any of the Bethesda games as like a really dumb person? Like put your intelligence way down?
No. Oh, because they talk all stupid.
Yeah, I did it as an orc once in Skyrim, and he's like seeing the king, and he's like, "Me, or go fight."
I wonder what would happen now in this one, because they're all voice acted. If they'd be like, "Hey, what you doing here? Where's my wife and my baby?
Is that a dog?
I wonder if that would actually happen. Like, it'd be good to try it out.
Actually, you should
You
do
should
it.
try it out.
Doug.
I'm going to play the game properly.
No, default Doug.
Default Doug.
So, so that would be right.
That would be hilarious if that's how you played all the games.
Yeah.
What's that?
Just stupid. Like, I don't
Just
need
intelligence way down.
I need strength.
Muscles, like...
You never taught how to talk properly or anything like that.
I'm Doug. We'll just stop before we get into like
Too much
too
trouble.
politically incorrect.
I'm very excited about it. I cannot wait to play this game.
Yeah, you've had a hard on all day.
I have. I haven't really. Blood's very
But you
much-
had that little pill and...
I should point out that
What?
the game is out tomorrow.
The game is out tomorrow, but this podcast will be released in like
Ages
a
later.
fortnight from when it's released. So
Yeah, so
we'll be talking about it, and everyone will be like, "We already know what are they fucking talking about?
Yeah,
They're
these
stupid.
guys are...
their opinion.
You're way behind.
Bird.
Yeah, just stupid people."
So, have you played anything, Reese?
I actually have played State of Decay.
Oh, you gave that a bit of a go on computer.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I got that on the Xbox.
Good game. I actually really enjoyed it because
Have I
I don't have the
played that?
internet at the moment at the
See,
in-laws.
Doug, you're right. When he doesn't have internet, all these single player experiences get better for him.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, I've been playing this one game.
But okay, so it's a game that kind of reminds me in a way of DayZ, but shit's all over it because the problems that I had at DayZ was not enough zombies, not enough people to talk to, and there's more people to talk to, but it's a single player game, and I'm cool with that. But there's way
this
more
is
zombies.
the one that came out on Xbox originally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
Xbox timed exclusive, and they've done
Still
like
Xbox time exclusive.
I
Well, it's on
think
PC.
yeah.
It's not on other consoles.
and then they had done
No, it is an Xbox exclusive.
done like a
it's
HD
Windows exclusive mainly.
Yeah.
done like a HD rehash or something.
Yeah, because it came out 360 initially.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and now they've done
Oh, wow.
like a final edition or something.
Oh,
for-
well, actually,
yeah.
it looks really nice.
yeah, I played it for a little bit,
Yeah.
and then I got stuck under a car or something, rolled a car and got stuck and got annoyed and stopped playing.
If your character dies, you play as another character from your group.
Yeah, but it just
Yeah,
it
that just annoyed you.
Annoyed me, and I'd stop.
But it is
playing.
mainly just a survival game about seeing how long you'll last and the decisions you make along
And
the
some
way.
horde. There was like, because I only played a bit at the start, but it strikes me that it's sort of like horde mode stuff as well, like clear out this section and
Yeah.
survive this section. It's totally different to any other zombie game that I've played.
Yeah.
Like, it's funny, like, it's to have something vaguely like original, like in amongst all the other zombie games. It's not just because I thought it was just DayZ,
Yeah.
but it's nothing like
No,
that
well,
really.
you have a whole home base and everything like that. And like, I think I'll enjoy it until tomorrow. Because I'm just trying to fill in some time until Fallout comes out. And I just hope that my PlayStation turns up tomorrow.
Yeah, it's like a B grade game. It's done well,
Yeah, they should have. I reckon it would have been nice if they released it on PlayStation,
but it's probably just a like a download game. Like,
Yeah.
it's not a
It's only like $30 new
Yeah.
on Xbox. So,
Right, well, that makes sense then.
like Xbox One.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I assume then is the updated
Yeah.
release. Yeah.
Watching the videos of when they actually released.
Are you getting internet at your house?
Huh?
Are you getting internet?
Yeah. Should be clicking over tomorrow.
So you're just transferring it from your place to your
No.
in-laws?
No, I just updated the in-laws internet.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because
So, they didn't have internet?
They had internet, but it was just crappy shit internet. So.
Oh, so you made them boost it up.
Not boost it up, just to have better speeds and everything like that as well.
Made them boost it up.
Paying the same money. I'm saving them money, giving them the same thing, but just with a better provider.
Is that some weird crossover, given that you sold that service to them?
Maybe.
Like, is there any lines that you
That being
crossed?
said, I did sell them.
And you put them on a 2-year
Actually-
contract.
I sold them I sold it to myself because I was like, all right, I'm just going to sign you up for this and you come in some papers, you'll be right. And I sold them a contract that I sold them wrong because I sold it to myself wrong, reading the wrong information, thinking it was going to be extra stuff, extra calls and all this, everything as well. I was wrong because I got convinced by Lucas, who told me that he reckons that he would get this deal, and then I believed him, and then I read it briefly. Yeah, cool, get that deal. Told him, sold it to myself, sold myself wrong.
As in, you sold yourself the value in it, and you then on-sold that to your parent-in-laws, and then you told them, yeah, come in and sign up, you're getting all this stuff, but it's not the same level of stuff that you thought.
Bingo.
Yeah. So when you say you sold it yourself, you meant mentally, like you sold yourself the value in it.
Yep. But then they're paying for it, so
and
real sweet.
Then you put them on a 2-year contract, even though that's, how long are you going to be there for?
Yeah, a couple of months. But it's cheaper than what they were paying, Doug.
Okay, that's right then.
Saving them $8 a month.
Really?
Yep.
Probably similar thing. About 2 years ago, went to do it for same sort of thing, but it wasn't me actually selling the product. I was just like, to Kristen's parents, I was like, yep, you should switch from whatever dumb, like, one of the little weird internet providers that just, they send you lots of
like
them.
iPrimus or something.
Yeah.
Like the in-laws were with Westnet.
Westnet.
Who's that?
They're pretty big, actually.
Are they? I've never heard of it.
Westnet's huge.
But
Westnet's bigger than TVG.
But
I don't know.
Yeah, they're on one of those sort of odd packages that I feel is ADSL 1, even though they can be on ADSL 2, which this means less if you're in a different country than Australia. But it's like, what's the ADSL 1 speed max out at? Like,
it's 1.5.
Is that all it is?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure they're on that versus ADSL 2, which maxes out at 22 megabits.
25.
They probably people in America will listen to this going to be like, is that dial-up speed?
Yeah.
Like, what is this shit?
But their provider they originally had was their dial-up provider.
Yeah.
They get a really small amount of download, which is fine. They don't really do that much on the internet. But I found, we won't bother saying who the company is, that the same provider Reese is talking about, who's traditionally probably more expensive because they sort of offer a premium service. They're the biggest provider, and they generally have preferential download speeds for a lot of things, so they're generally a little bit quicker as well, better local service. It was cheaper, and they got more downloads, and they could have rolled their home line into it as well, and got it packaged that way too, so they're all about having bundles. And they're like, no, we don't know if we're going to be here like that much longer. I'm pretty sure that was well over 2 years ago, like maybe 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Didn't want to sign up for the commitment of a 24-month contract.
Yeah.
Most companies now, you can waiver that by paying the establishment fee.
Yeah.
So you go to month to month.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And like they've got an old bloody router that I paid probably like $40 for that I bought as a booster router that I then didn't need anymore, like because I was in a big old double brick home. And I wired it to a different section of the house and then was running it as like a repeater before repeater routers were readily available. Extender, sorry. Which and
before wireless was even half decent.
It was after this was on N, but like N150 or N300, something like that. But perfect for them. They have 2 laptops in the house, and that's it.
Yeah.
And it's like, but going there before when they didn't even have Wi-Fi, it was just everything was just a nightmare. But they're still on, I want to say like 5 gig a month or 10 gig a month.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they don't pay much, and it's
because the small companies never call you up and be like, hey, they've updated the plans or anything like that. You know.
No.
But then. Actually, boss at work, we're way off game, so it's fine.
Yep.
Boss at work, he's also on a really odd internet provider that his wife was like sold to like years ago, and they've never updated.
Oh, really?
But then they use that email address as their primary home email address.
Yeah.
But it's a rubbish one that doesn't push emails. It's a whatever style of email that is that doesn't do doesn't do push. So. I mean, you have to it has to manually check the server to drag down the emails, and whatever client grabs them first grabs them as well. Like it grabs them off the and they kept.
So there's
no.
What is it? IMAP? Or
no, it's not that. Yeah, it's ST.
Like
The other one, like POP3 or whatever.
Yeah, POP3. Yeah.
And
I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
It's just the way, it's like, I don't fully understand, but it's just the way that the email protocol works. And it's just, compared to how it works on your phone where, we all have the same Trusty Crowbar email. We can all view them, and it doesn't delete them from the server. And also, Gmail has however many gig. They have like 50 meg, and like then it keeps running out, and it's just painful.
Oh.
It's just it's cracker how that stuff. But obviously, that's how all those companies stay in business. Is people are too lazy to change.
Yeah,
People forget.
All right,
They
we're
don't wanna.
definitely not talking about games anymore. So we'll just. Have you played anything else?
Call of Duty. That was it.
That was
Just
it?
Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Well, me and Lucas both moved home, so
No, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
And then I played one other game which I tweeted about earlier in the week, which was Downwell, which is just because all the internet was talking about it. So
And the internet talked about you playing it, Doug.
yeah, true. Because I'd heard someone saying that you could. It's coming out for. I don't know if it's coming out on Android, but iOS as well.
Yeah.
And then Steam, it's like $4.
Apparently, the game is not great for the phone.
Yeah, I'd heard that,
Yeah.
which is why I didn't get it on my phone.
But because you'd want to play it with your controller.
Yeah.
So because it's a Spelunky style or Splunky.
So really simple
Yeah.
graphics, like kind of like old school Game Boy, and just falling straight down a well, which is why it's called Down Well. And your only options are left or right or jump, and that jump is also your rocket boots, which has X amount of ammo, so you can press it and jump and jump and jump. And you just want to fall on the heads of enemies to and get combos, and the longer length combos you get, the more crystals that sort of translates into. And you only get just once you're dead, and it's procedurally generated, and away you go. But then there are certain upgrades that you can get that then translate back through that you keep. Yeah, so you lose your crystals, but there's like progressive tallies to give you some incentive to continue to play. And then you just unlock like different colour schemes.
You don't lose your crystals though. From what I heard, is that if you die, you still have those crystals, and then you just keep tallying them up.
No, there's like it must depend on the game mode though.
Okay, yeah.
Before we actually call it quits on the podcast episode, did everyone download the Pip-Boy companion app?
No, I haven't yet.
You haven't yet?
No.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I thought you would have done it straight away.
I'll get it as soon as...
Poor
wait.
effort, man.
Do you guys know there's Fallout chat? Have you seen that?
So what?
It's like a Facebook chat, but Fallout chat. And you can chat to your friends and stuff, and you've got, instead of emojis, there's all Pip-Boy faces and stuff. We should get that, and that should be how we communicate
Yeah,
now.
that'll be better.
So you go into the thing, you pick what platform you want, if you've full screen on it, or you put it into a Pip-Boy.
Okay, yeah.
And then you select the platform, what are you playing it on, PC, Xbox, PS4, and then I think it searches for it. So I don't know how... The PlayStation don't have Bluetooth or something, or...
PlayStation's Bluetooth.
PlayStation's got Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Xbox, do they have
I don't think
Bluetooth?
so. It could be through the Wi-Fi network.
Yeah.
Through the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, but they got a demo mode that you can go into right now
I was
before
going
the
to say,
game
what
comes
can
out.
you do? Yeah.
Which you can just cycle through all your different weapons and everything as well, your inventory, your special, your perks.
So it might actually be the first good companion app.
Yeah.
So would you say better than the Assassin's Creed Syndicate companion app? That was real good.
Well, what kind of companion app was that? Was that the one where you could pick where your people go and shit like that, or...?
No, it was just like an interactive map that was real slow to load, and that's how you could...
That was Unity,
I
wasn't
still
it?
don't know
So,
if
yeah.
I could be bothered going onto my phone, looking at it, having a controller, picking up my phone, and then working out what I
guess-
want to do instead of clicking select.
I guess if you have one of
Whatever.
those Pip-Boys, it'll just be on your hand while you're playing your game.
But then you got to put your controller down.
No, you don't, because you can just tilt your hand and tap your... You can hold the controller with your left hand if you've got it on your left hand, and you just can then tap your Pip-Boy and then go back to your
Yeah,
game.
true.
Do you think this is the real map?
I think it's the beginning map, I believe, that the demo map would be. So it's not very big, is it?
Oh, no. I was like, maybe? I was like, no, not really.
No, it seems like it's probably just the beginning
But it
area
will be
map.
pretty interesting to see how much we will use our phones if we're going to play it.
This is Doug making noises from the Pip-Boy app.
Oh, no, it's just me.
Because it used to get annoying having to go into your Pip-Boy and then change weapons and this and that and go back. So if you have a companion app and you can go back through them.
Yeah, but you could set up hotkeys and stuff like that to what you wanted to
Yeah.
select and all that too. But it'd just be cool to actually sync it up to it and just go through your whole system.
Let's have a look.
I think we've got radio stations as well.
So you can just touch them on the fly.
change them.
Touch you on the
Holotapes.
fly.
Oh yeah, there's the games as well on the Pip Boys too. So, quick game, yes. So you can play all like the little games that you collect on your phone.
Oh,
too.
really?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
pretty sweet. But I'll give Lucas a chance to play it anyway. I think that's enough for the podcast. Yeah.
Yep, good podcast.
I'm Reese Winningslow.
I'm Lucas Winningslow.
I am Douglas Bright.
And we are the Trusty Crowbar. This is episode 121.
One.
Thank you all for listening.
Bye bye.
You will probably be playing Fallout by the time this comes out, so have fun.
See you then.
Peace.